antibiotic on it, so it's got it's got a spray.
Yeah.
So that's what's bothering me.
Yeah, sure.
She thinks, yeah. But like the bridler, I just hold it out around her.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, if they sold you on me knowing all about horses, they were going up the wrong
They
creek.
did. Well, they didn't really sell me it. They just said to come to check out progress. So I'm thinking it's someone that kind of, oh, you might want to ride her.
Nope, I have not ridden a horse. My brother has, and I'm amazed at how much he's learned over the last few years, as it were, with Caroline. But no, I don't know diddly squat.
You can record. I'll just talk to her like I'm talking to the phone, like I'm talking to her. But
Yeah.
when I first get her, not just her, but pretty much any young horse out, I'm not a big believer in like getting them out, having to lunge them for 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get them warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like with all my young horses, I'll bring them out here and, tighten them to where I want it, to the tightness I want to get the saddle on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll kind of bend them and flex them from the ground and basically ride them from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Just as if I'm in the saddle. So I'll work both sides of them. I'll get her soft left in my hand,
Mm-hmm.
get her soft in my left leg.
Okay.
There, so I get her head and neck given to my hands, flexing laterally, and I take my stirrup, and I get her rib cage and hip moving off of my left stirrup or my left leg. Just as I'm in the saddle. So this is just a little warm-up drill I do to get her soft to basically what I'm going to be using to ride her, my hands and feet.
Okay.
So I'll go to the right side, do the same thing to the right. Get her soft to my right hand, take my right leg, bump her hip and rib cage. And just kind of soften both sides of her body up. Head, neck, shoulders, rib cage, hip. Soften both sides of her body up. Get both sides working off my hands and feet before I get the saddle. And it's not, she's just a baby. She's been in the stall for the weekend. She's fresh. She's feeling good. She wants to kind of come out here and buck and kick and roll and play. But I'm telling her that basically the faster you get soft in my hands and feet, the faster you find relief, which is what I use to train, pressure and release. I apply pressure, horse gives me what I want, what I ask for, they find relief. So that's what I'm telling you. You get soft to my pressure, you find relief.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides of her, all through her body. If she were to come out here and act like a orangutan and bucking and kicking and playing, and like she's switching her tail and kind of, you can tell that she's like she feels good,
Uh-huh.
but she's not acting on it. She's being respectful. She's giving to my hands and feet. So that's all I can ask for. If you get soft to me, I get soft to you. I want them feeling good. I want them fresh, and I want them like, ready to go learn and do something.
Mm-hmm.
If they come out here, they're 2 years old, they're like this, I've got nothing to work with. It's like I want the wheels turning, I want their feet moving, I want their mind working. Then I have something to work with and teach.
Mm-hmm.
So she's fresh and she's feeling good, and she might swish her tail and buck and act full of it. But I'm gonna basically show her the same thing in the saddle I did on the ground. Faster you get soft to me, faster you find relief, left and right. So here I'll just ask her to stay quiet. She moves her feet a little bit, not a big deal. On the saddle, I'm gonna do the same thing I just did on the ground. Get soft to my hands. Good. Now I'll take my left leg and I'll bump her hip over. There, move off my left leg, move off my hand. Now my right hand. Get soft to my right hand. Get soft to my right foot. There. I want to be able to move her body because that's what I'm doing in the saddle. I'm controlling her body. I'm moving her body all through a series of getting control of her mind. So you get soft to me, I get soft to you. I give back to you. You find relief. That's all horses want, to be left alone. So I use that. I apply pressure. They give me what I want. I leave them alone. The idea is I want them to learn and just get comfortable under pressure. Just be comfortable giving her pressure in any situation and whatever I ask you to. Get soft to my hands and feet. Get soft to what I'm asking you to do. Get soft in your mind. And because we've been repetitious with this for whatever it's been, 90 days or whatever, she has an understanding of, the first couple weeks she might act like she's off the rock off, just wild and full of it and feely, and I just use all that I apply pressure. She gives me what I want. She finds release. She says I'm consistent with that. I'm consistent. So now at this stage, after 3 months, she has an understanding. She says, okay, the faster I get with him, the faster my life is easy. I make the wrong things difficult in life, and the right things easy. I'm teaching her life lessons. If she was to come out here and buck and spook and be scared of that thing over there, well, I'm going to make that situation difficult. I'm going to make her being scared difficult, so that when she starts to look that way and let me, take one step that way, I'm going to stop and let her have it. Let her find relief in what I'm asking you to do. If she wanted to bolt and go that way, I'd make it difficult over there. The minute she took one step that way, she'd find relief. And she might bolt away again, I'd make it difficult over there. She takes 2 steps that way, she finds relief. So on and so forth, to where I get her to walk up to it, and I'm petting her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mental. Training horses is all mental. I'm getting them to do things physically by getting control of their thoughts, by training their thoughts. If she was to come out here and want to buck and kick up her heels and just run and act like a goofball, well, then I'm going to pull on her, I'm going to kick on her, I'm going to make thinking that way difficult. The minute that she starts to soften up and get with me, then I'll start to make that easy. So because I've trained with that series of that way of thinking, now she comes out here and she's just ready to give to me, ready to do what I want to do. I apply pressure, she does it, she finds relief. And it can be something as simple as this. I apply pressure with my right hand, your nose gets soft, you find relief. It's that way of thinking. It's that series of pressure and release. And now it's the point where I can just kind of take her body wherever I want to take her. If I want to take her right straight towards this wall, that's where I want her to go. Come back, release. Come back, release. Come back, release. Put my hand down, I want you to stand quiet. If you don't stand quiet, when I ask her to stop, and put my hand down, I want her to stay there. If she goes to walk off, I apply pressure. She stops, I put my hand down. She goes to walk off, I apply pressure. She stops, I put my hand down. Put my hand down. There. The idea is, you do what I ask for, you find relief. I want what I ask her to do to be the easy part. There. That's good. Now we walk off. So it's just making, like I said, it's making the wrong thing difficult and the right thing easy. It's whatever I don't want her to do, I'm going to make that difficult. Whatever I want her to do, I'm going to make those things easy. And it's all through pressure. Horses' language is body language. Horses communicate through this, through pressure, not through what I say. I can say, hey, go fast, go fast, go fast. I just said that in English. But I'm telling her in her language to just stay here with me. This is her language. Feel. Pressure. Body language. That's her language. If you don't understand English, I laugh at people that like I can teach her to do something based off of a word that I say, like whoa or something, but they learned whoa. They learned to listen to whoa because of what you did with your hands, feet, and feet. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can talk to them, but they understand feel. And that's what, to me, you can't teach somebody how to have feel. A person has to learn it through their own body, through their own time with a horse. So like now I just tried to ask her this is all just really part of her warming up. I really haven't trained her to do anything yet or worked on anything training-wise yet. Although we're really always working on something training-wise because like I'm just trotting her off, getting her to warm her body up, warm her muscles up. I'm still working on things like here. I'm going to push her body off the wall. Left rein, left leg, there. I just push her body off the wall. Now I'm going to push her to the wall. Right rein, right leg, there. You know, I'm still working. That's what I'm working on when we are training is I'm working on body control. I'm working on controlling her body. I want to tell her body what to do, at what speed to do it. So it's all through a series of pressure and release. I apply pressure, her body does what I ask, what I want, if she finds relief. And I'm looking to gain control over her head, neck, shoulders, rib cage, and hip. I want control of her body, left and right. I'm looking to get control of those pieces, left and right. And here I'm just I'm not just going, I don't really bring them out here to go in one straight line or one perfect circle, left and right. I take them all over the place. I want that horse to learn to follow me. If I want to take that horse over here, up in here in the saddle, I want him to go there with me. I want him to learn to be with me, to go where I tell you to go. The only way this relationship works is if I'm the leader, I gotta be the leader. It's not 50-50, it's I'm the leader. But I show to them I'm a good leader. If you follow me, you'll find those bags scared. If you follow, I'm telling her, if you follow me, you'll find relief, you'll find value in your life. Mm-hmm. So I'm the only way this works is if I'm the leader, but I show them I'm a good one. Here, I'm just gonna bend her around to the right, lift her body up, bend her around to the right, ride her over here, bend her around to the left, ride her right straight up here. And I'm looking to get straightness, I'm looking to get her riding straight between my hands and feet. I don't want her leaning that way, I don't want her leaning that way, I want her staying straight between my hands. Wherever my hands and feet go, I want her to go get between them. If my hands go over here to the left, I want her to go get between them. If my hands go over here to the right, I want her to get her body between them. She wants to be a little full of it, a little too forward, so I'm just going to soften her up. Okay, every part of this warm-up deal, every part of me handling her is really a training moment. She's a little scared of this, so I'm just going to walk over here and get her smell. I walk up in here. There. There we go. Walk up in here in the rope and get her to ride up here and check this out. She's a little worried about going in there, so I'm going to help there. She takes one step, I release. Little pressure, one step, I release. There. She goes up in there, I leave her alone. Let her check everything out. These are rope shoots. We load cattle up in them and we rope out of them. We just set them out last week, so they're kind of, a lot of the young horses especially are still kind of worried about what's going on over here. Looks like a dungeon. There we go. There, so now I got her kind of checked out all over the place. Now I'm going to start working on some body control. I'm going to work on getting her nose to drop into the bit, get soft. I'm going to use my feet, push her up into that, push her body up into that bit there. Then I want her to kind of drop. Right up into the bit, drop. Nose soft. Down between my feet. She went to lope, I'm going to draw her down. I didn't ask her to lope. So now I'm going to be a little more, now that I'm working on things, now that we kind of got it warmed up, I'm going to be a little more disciplined on what she's doing. So now I'm just asking her to trot. I want her to stay trotting until I ask otherwise. Here, we soften her nose, she's trotting. That's good. Just stay right there. If she goes to low, I'm just gonna pull her down, push her back into the trot, leave her alone. Go. Now I'm gonna ask you to stop. Back up, stand. Give her a little break. Tell her good job. You know, she did a little sequence of what I asked her to do. I said, good job. I give her relief. There's reward in what I asked you to do. Like I said earlier, horses, all they want to be is left alone. She'd rather be out there eating grass. And she can live the rest of her life out there, never seeing me again, and she'll be happy as the day is long. So all they want to be is left alone. So I use that to train. You give to me, I give a little piece of what you want. You get soft with your nose, I leave you alone for 1 second. You get soft, I leave you alone. You know, so that's pressure release, pressure release, pressure release. And I'm very firm in what I ask you to do. Not mean, I'm firm. Just as I train horses the same way I train my kids. I'm disciplined, but I'm not mean. I don't train out of anger. I'd like to say I never get mad at them. It's human nature. We all get mad at times, but I still work to never get mad at them. I train without emotion. When you're right, things are easy. When you're wrong, things are difficult. But the minute that you give to me, and the minute you come to my way of thinking, it's over. You find relief. And that's what, to me, takes the longest to learn for any horse trainer, it's human nature. We have emotions, we get angry, we get happy, we get high, we get low. Training horses, you have to learn to be like this. There's right and there's wrong. When the horse is right, you know, you can't hold a grudge. If I ask her to get soft, and I have to tell her 52 times to get soft to the left with my hands, and it takes her 53 times till she finally gets soft, I'm not gonna, the 54th time, I'm not gonna say, come here. I'm gonna ask her softly, come here please. She gets soft, she finds relief. You know, you can't hold a grudge. If they have trouble finding something, and I have to use more and more pressure to get them to understand it, to where I'm kicking on her or whatever, I'm more aggressive with my commands. The next time I ask her to do that thing, it's gonna be soft. I always ask softly first. Because ultimately that's how I wanna ride them. I wanna be able to take one finger and go like that. And they give to it. That's ultimately how I wanna ride them. I don't wanna have to take 2 hands and a 50-pound, you know, and all my pressure and pull up on them. So I ask them the way I want them to be. I ask them nicely. I always ask, hey, can you please do this for me? If they don't do it, I ask a little more. Hey, I might talk a little louder. Hey, can you please do this? Hey, can you please, no, 3rd time? Okay, I had to yarn on her to get her to listen. Now the next time I ask her, I start with this. Hey, can you please do this? Oh, thank you. You know, so it's a series of how I apply pressure comes in series. I always ask nice, soft, and then build. Then I ask louder, then I ask louder, then I ask, boom. Next time I ask, oh, I don't hold a grudge. Just because it took me 4 or 5. Next time I ask, I don't hold a grudge. I ask nicely. Oh, okay, thank you. Same way I train my kids. I talk to them. But they understand if they don't listen to my voice, there's more to be had. There's more, my philosophy is I'll spank my horses, I'll spank my kids so that I don't have to. I spank them so I don't have to. I don't have to spank them. I don't have to spank my kids. Because they learn if they don't listen to my voice, there's more to be had. So I'm not a big believer in, you know, gentle parenting and asking them 1,500 times to do something. No, there's right and there's wrong. That doesn't make me mean, that makes me disciplined. And guess what? This is a result of discipline. I can take a baby with 90 days and she comes out here and she rides like she's 15 years old. it's because I was disciplined with her. It's because I wasn't afraid to spank her butt when she needed it. I wasn't afraid to be aggressive when I needed to be. But, and with that being said, I'm kind to her. I'm a kind leader. I'm always going to ask you nicely. I'm always going to ask you that. Even if I'm having a bad day, I'm going to ask you nicely. To me, that's taken the longest thing to learn to do being a horse trainer is train without emotion. Train without emotion. You can't hold a grudge. You can't get mad at them. You can't, just because she's a little spicier, she's a little full of herself, I'm still going to train the same way as far as mentality. When you're right, things are easy. When you're wrong, things are difficult. There's some horses that come out here, and I got to be aggressive with them for 30 minutes. If I get 2 minutes of them being good, doing things my way, then I put them away. I get them to do something right, put them away. The next day I get them out here, I might have to be aggressive for 20 minutes. And then we have 10 minutes of them listening to me, and then I put them away. And as time goes on, I can get them out here like this. She's had 90 days. I can get her out here. I can saddle her up, and I can get on and ride her, and I have zero aggression and only good. That's the building block. That's the goal. Is that I can bring them out here. I ain't got to lunge them. I ain't got to, get them tired before I get in the saddle. I want them full of life, but I want it controlled. I want it contained, and I want them respectful. And like I said, she's a baby. She's still gonna do, just because she's doing well right now, doesn't mean I take her outside or something happens and she spooks or she bolts or she, But now I have something to work with. I have a foundation built that when those situations happen and when those moments where she's flighty or scared or wants to do something that's erratic, I have a foundation built that I can say, hey, come here. Okay, there, good job. Look to me. I want them to trust me. But I only get them to trust me by earning their respect. If she doesn't respect me, she doesn't listen to what I have to say. She has to respect me. So I get that first. I get that in the beginning. I get them to respect me. I get them to understand the consequences for right and wrong. And then once we have that foundation built for right and wrong, now we can go on and encounter life. So right now we're just encountering life. I'm just riding the circle of fun. All right, so now I'm going to ask her to go into a left lead. There we go. She goes into the left lead, and I take my leg out of her. I let her go from that left lead. Circle, I'm kind of guiding where I want her to be. I'm still pushing her body left and right. So when she gets between my hands, she finds relief. Just letting her low to the left lead. Now I'm going to ask her to stop. Back up. You're turning, going to her right lead. Go. I'm still guiding her around. I'm just training on her. I'm guiding her around. She wants to kind of shy away from some things, so I'm going to guide her. I'm going to soften her nose. Push her into the wall with my right leg. There we go. She wants to she still wants to shoot away from that little rope and jump. So I'm just going to get her closer and closer and closer to it every time around. There we go. She switched her lead behind, so I'm going to put it back. Switch. And on the left lead, I'm going to put her back into the right lead. In the left lead. There, she found her right lead. I'll leave her alone. I'll ask them to stop by saying, whoa. So she's learned to it's like a pre-signal. hear me saying wall, it's a pre-signal. She knows what's coming next. So sometimes I don't even have to pull them with my hands, with the reins, because that wall she's learned through, because I pull it with my hands, she's learned to stop. And that's, you know, and that's where she finds release. Here, I'm going to counter bender. Push your right front foot in front of her left front foot. Working on body control. Working on a little bit of shoulder control and get her to reach in that front right foot, reach over top of that left foot when she steps. Body control. There we go. I'll go to the right, and I'll push that front left foot in front of her right foot. Push, release, push, release, push, release, push, release, push, release, push, release, push, release. Every time that front left foot hits the ground, I push with my foot. Every time that foot steps, I release. Push, release, push, release, push, release. There. I'm going to move the body to the left with my right foot. Move the body to the left. There. I'm going to bend your nose to the left and the body to the right. There we go. Just counter bend a little bit, stretching your neck out, stretching your body out, getting your feet to reach. These are all just body control exercises that are showing her how to use her body. That front left foot reaching out in front of the right foot. I don't necessarily want to step in behind. And this is all just showing her how to use her body. Because if she learns to step behind, or if she steps into the other foot, she'll hit herself and it won't feel good. So I'm just showing her how to use her body. That front left foot has to step in front of the right one. And you turn around. There we go. I'll walk a small circle. Get that front left foot to push. Now we'll go to the left. And then you can see when we got in close quarters and I really went to handling her with my hands and feet, you just want to throw her nose and just kind of push on that pressure a little bit. It's all part of training. She's trained. She's learning to give the pressure. She's learning to be in pressure situations and find her way out through giving the pressure, not by relaxing. I'm showing her how to get out of a pressure situation by relaxing, moving your body, and then you get out of it. So I'll put her in little pressure situations and show her how to handle it. These are all life lessons. You get them understanding these things in the saddle. It translates to all parts of their life. It translates to a farrier picking their feet up and trimming their feet. She's in a pressure situation here. Shows her how to handle it, how to stand there quiet and let the farrier hold her foot. Just because of these things we're working on here. Loading in the trailer. She doesn't want to go in a trailer. She's scared to go in that trailer to load. She's learned through a series of pressure release and where to find relief and how to trust that she'll go in that trailer. Just because of the things we're doing out here. In all parts of their life, it translates. All these lessons we're working on here. I might be riding, but I'm teaching her life lessons. I'm teaching her that you pitch a fit. You know, if you pitch a fit to my hands and feet, or you pitch a fit to what I'm asking you to do, I'm going to kick your butt, and then that fit's going to be difficult. So it'll translate to any part of her life. Being tied to a post out in the middle of the field. If I can get her to understand how to be patient, how to be, you can tie her out in the middle of the field and she'll stand there quiet. They're life lessons that we're working on. And to me, that's not really, I wouldn't necessarily call myself I'm not like we compete in team penning and sorting and that's kind of what we do for competition, but I'm not a team penner, I'm not a ranch sorter. I want to be a horseman. I want to be able to take any horse and make them better, whether they're, and that's why I have a lot of different horses from a lot of different disciplines, warm bloods and hunter jumpers and Morgans and barrel colts and reining colts and cow horses, and then just horses who might just gonna be trail horses. It's because if you can learn to get control of that little 5-pound brain, you can control a 1,500-pound horse. It's all mental. Everything's mental.